All right, Disneyland Paris streamers, you've handed us a mountain of Disneyland Paris hotel research reviews, forum threads, even official Disney pages. Wow. You're clearly on a quest for the perfect hotel to complete your magical trip.
It's more than just booking a room, right?
Mhm.
It's about booking an experience, and judging by this stack of info, you're leaving no stone unturned. And what's interesting is the range of opinions out there.
Seriously, it's everything from best trip ever, the theming was out of this world, to how should we put this? Let's just say we won't be returning to that hotel anytime soon. So are you ready to unpack all of this and figure out which Disneyland Paris hotel is your perfect match?
Let's dive in.
Okay. So we got to start with the big one, right? The hotel that's practically inside the park, the Disneyland Hotel, recently refurbished, dripping in luxury. It's like stepping right into a fairy tale.
Think like bohemian crystal chandeliers, suites inspired by Sleeping Beauty Cinderella. Even breakfast comes with a touch of Disney royalty at the Royal Portraits Gallery.
Wait, hold on. Character dining without the park chaos? Because honestly, sometimes a Mouseketeer just wants to enjoy their Mickey Mouse waffle in peace without getting whacked by selfie stick.
Exactly. And La Table de Lumière, their signature restaurant, that's the place to be. Imagine dining in a Beauty and the Beast ballroom, meeting Belle and Prince Adam, maybe even Aurora and Philip.
Okay, you had me at ballroom, but let's be real for a sec. This level of enchantment probably costs an arm and a leg, right?
Well, let's just say the Disneyland Hotel definitely earns that most expensive title. I read one review where someone mentioned spending over £2,000 for just one night. So yeah, it's super luxurious, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it really boils down to whether those premium experiences are important to you.
You've got a point. Now, for those of us who might be leaning towards a slightly more budget-conscious kind of magic,
Right.
what are our options?
Superhero fans, listen up. The Hotel New York, the art of Marvel is calling your name, sleek, modern, and full of marvelous encounters.
Did you say superhero encounters in the hotel? Tell me more.
That's the best part. You can meet characters like Thor right in the lobby. No need to brave those park lines.
Yeah.
And they have a dedicated superhero station for some epic photo ops.
Hmm.
Oh, and don't even get me started on that Stark Tower-esque bar.
Stark Tower-esque bar. Okay, I'm sold. But I did notice a couple of mixed reviews in the bunch.
Yeah, even superheroes have their off days.
Right.
While everyone raves about the theming, some guests mention slow service in the restaurants, especially at breakfast. Definitely something to think about if you're all about maximizing your time in the park.
True. Every minute counts when you're on a Disney adventure. So from superheroes, let's sail over to something a bit different. What about the Newport Bay Club and Sequoia Lodge? These seem to be pretty popular.
They are, and each one has its own unique charm. The Newport Bay Club has that New England nautical vibe, while Sequoia Lodge has this cozy, rustic atmosphere that reminds you of a national park lodge.
I get that. But the reviews were all over the place. Some were raving while others seemed kind of let down. What's the deal with that?
That's the thing about online reviews, right? They often show a pattern of really different experiences. With Sequoia Lodge, the thing people kept complaining about was outdated rooms. Think worn-out furniture, tired decor. Not exactly the magical makeover you expect at a Disney hotel.
Interesting. And what about Newport Bay Club? What were people complaining about there?
The biggest complaint was the inconsistent service. Some people encountered amazing staff while others found them inattentive or unhelpful. There were also mentions of housekeeping not always being consistent and sometimes issues with the amenities.
So those two could be a bit hit or miss. It sounds like it all depends on your preferences, a little bit of luck, and maybe, just maybe, double-checking those room photos before you book.
Exactly.
Manage your expectations and keep your eyes peeled. Speaking of managing expectations, let's talk about the budget-friendly options, Cheyenne and Santa Fe. Are they worth checking out, or are we getting into you get what you pay for territory?
So about those Cheyenne and Santa Fe hotels,
Yeah.
are we talking like pixie dust on a shoestring budget?
Yeah.
Or should we brace ourselves for something, well, a little less magical?
You know, these hotels always seem to spark that classic debate. On-site versus off-site. Remember those forum threads you passed along?
Oh yeah, things got pretty heated.
Yeah.
You had folks swearing by saving those euros, staying off property, and then others who wouldn't even think about missing out on those on-site perks. It was a whole thing. And you know what? They both had valid points. But for now, let's break down what Cheyenne and Santa Fe are really all about. At the end of the day, they're the most budget-friendly options for sure, and they're perfect for families who'd rather prioritize, just having fun over those fancy extras.
Especially with those awesome themes. Cars at Santa Fe and Toy Story at Cheyenne, those are like kid magnets.
Exactly. Imagine your little ones walking into a world straight out of their favorite movies. Having said that, it is super important to manage expectations,
Hmm.
We're talking basic amenities here, folks.
Smaller rooms, maybe a bit of a walk to the parks.
Okay, so maybe not quite as fancy, but you're basically trading those luxury perks for a lower price tag and amazing theming. It seems like a pretty fair trade-off, right? Especially for families who just want to spend their time having fun instead of stressing about thread counts. 100%. It all boils down to picking the experience that works for you. If maximizing park time and making those little Disney fans happy is the goal Cheyenne and Santa Fe deliver without breaking the bank.
Totally. Now, let's circle back to that on-site versus off-site debate for a sec. You've read through all those passionate forum arguments. What were the most convincing arguments for each side?
For the off-site folks, it mostly came down to cost. People crunched the numbers and found some pretty significant savings, especially if they went with apartments or hotels that were a bit further from the parks.
Makes sense. But what exactly are you giving up to save that cash?
The convenience. Mainly, staying on site means you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the magic. It's a quick walk or a free shuttle ride. And of course, you get that glorious extra magic time.
Ah, extra magic time. That's like the holy grail for seasoned Disney park goers. It's basically a secret pass to experience the magic before everyone else shows up.
Exactly. Picture this. Shorter lines for the best rides, a more relaxed vibe. It's a game changer, especially for those who like to get an early start. Plus, let's not forget about being fully immersed in that Disney bubble when you stay on site. Themed everything wherever you look, character encounters in the lobbies, you're basically swimming in magic 24/7.
It's like the magic never has to end. So we've got solid arguments for both sides. No clear winner in the on-site versus off-site showdown. It really depends on what matters most to each person. And let's be real here, the vacation budget plays a big role too.
Absolutely. It comes down to this. What's more important, saving money or having that extra convenience and those bonus perks? Only you know which experience truly fits your dream trip.
Now, before we move on, did you catch those reviews about the Golden Forest rooms at Sequoia Lodge? Character breakfast in your room. Sign me up.
See? That's the beauty of diving into the details.
Yeah.
Stumble across these hidden gems that can really make a trip special. But here's the thing. It's a limited time deal. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, or should I say enchanted tea party, you might want to jump on that ASAP.
Right. Because we all know that limited time opportunities at Disneyland Paris are about as easy to catch as a runaway churro cart on parade day. Speaking of tips, we've covered so much ground. What are some universal nuggets of wisdom from the research? Stuff that applies no matter which hotel people end up choosing. Well, for starters, pack your patience.
Oh, definitely.
It's Disney. Everyone's excited and ready to go. But be prepared to wait in some lines. Especially during those peak seasons. You know how it is.
Yeah, that's for sure. Even with extra magic time, those popular attractions and those character meet and greets, they're going to be crowded. No way around it.
And speaking of crowds, so many people were raving about the Disneyland Paris app. Apparently, you can do everything on there. Book your dining reservations, check shuttle times, even snag those character meet and greet spots. It's basically your magic wand for navigating the parks.
It's a lifesaver, honestly. Download it before you go, play around with it, get to know it, and you'll be thanking me later.
Consider it added to the pre-trip checklist. Anything else our listeners should keep in mind, no matter which hotel they choose?
Let me see. Oh, don't underestimate the power of room location. Some of these hotels are huge, especially the Newport Bay Club. So if you've got little ones with you, or you just value not walking a million miles a day, request a room near the main facilities, the restaurants, the pools, the lobby, that kind of thing. You'll save yourself a lot of time and energy.
That's a good point. It's all about squeezing in as much magic as possible into that park time. Okay, so we've covered tons of ground today. Luxurious hotels, superhero hangouts, charming budget-friendly options. We even went head-to-head in the on-site versus off-site debate. But before we send you off to make your Disneyland Paris dreams a reality, one final thought.
Hit me with it.
What if instead of stressing about finding the absolute perfect Disneyland Paris hotel, we kind of reframe the question? What if it's less about perfect and more about finding the hotel that really speaks to your Disney dream?
Now that's what I'm talking about. It's all about creating an experience that's totally unique to you. So tell me, what's your Disney dream?
Exactly. Do you see yourself sipping mocktails in a swanky lounge surrounded by that Art Deco elegance? Then maybe the Disneyland Hotel is calling your name. Or maybe you'd rather be high-fiving superheroes between rides and feeling like you're living inside a comic book. In that case, Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel sounds like a perfect fit.
And we can't forget about those families who are all about stepping into those imaginative worlds without emptying their wallets. Cheyenne and Santa Fe offer a different kind of magic, especially for the little ones.
Exactly. The key is figuring out what matters most to you. Is it being close to the action, or maybe having a unique theme, even if it means a bit of a walk? Are those extra perks, the character breakfast, the themed rooms, that extra magic time, are those the things that'll make or break your trip?
Once you figure that out, the decision becomes a whole lot easier.
I couldn't agree more. So there you have it, Disneyland Paris Adventurers. We've dug deep into the reviews, dissected those forum debates, and explored every corner of those official Disney pages. And it's all to help you choose the hotel that'll make those Disney dreams come true.
Because at the end of the day, the real magic happens when your hotel complements your adventure, not overshadows it.
Beautifully said. Now go forth and create some unforgettable memories. We've popped links to all the hotels in the episode description, just in case you want to keep dreaming and planning. Until next time, bon voyage.